We are on the air, I believe.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Bad Calls, Balls, and Brawls. It's your host, 305 Sports Babe, co-host Miami Lou, and we are
Guys.
live in, I was going to say their area code, but I don't know their area code. All I do know is we are in Boston.
617?
617.
617,
Sounds about right. We are live in Boston. It is stunningly beautiful today. Stunningly beautiful. Like, this is the weather that I wish Miami would have so often. Like, it's like a crisp 70 degrees, sunny, barely any wind, so there's no excuse for Sanders to miss any kicks today. And I'm excited. We have a Sunday night primetime game against New England today. Big, obviously, division rivals. I know that I'm not going into this game with my head big. I sure hope my team's not, and I'm excited. I'm excited to be here.
I'm right there with you. As I've been talking a lot of trash. For those of you who follow me on Facebook, I've been kind of ripping the Patriots, this here and this that. But look, at the end of the day, man, this is a division rival that has owned us for a long time. We've had the turnaround here the last couple of years. Two, of course, undefeated against the Patriots, perfect 4-0. But yeah, look, the Patriots are a very formidable team, especially at home. And I am definitely I won't say nervous, but I'm going to give a lot of respect to the Patriots because they definitely have our attention.
No, it's going to be a good game. We obviously were in California last week, and we're going to talk about that. And that was a great victory, obviously, to start the season 1-0. Patriots are 0-1. Obviously, they lost a close one against the Philadelphia Eagles. No one really expected that to be a close game. So that either shows that, hey, maybe Philly wasn't ready, or maybe New England's a little better than we thought. So
Well,
that's interesting.
For me, it just goes to the fact that, again, they're a tough team. They're as much as I hate the guy, Bill Belichick, you got to give him credit. The guy has his teams ready to play. Even last year when people thought they were going to be out of it, they were in playoff contention. And, look, it's a team that's going to be tough to beat. The Eagles did struggle against them. Came down to the last possession, actually. They lost 25-20, so it's a close game. Mac Jones threw the ball a whole hell of a lot, 54 times. We got to do what we did against Herbert last week.
Exactly. But before we get into that, let's say hello to some of our friends in the room. Russ Taylor, can I get a fly Eagles fly? I don't know about that. You guys have yes, you're 2-0, but
they're the only 2-0 team because they played on Thursday, so
True.
They're the only 2-0 team in football right now.
Manny, hello, good morning. I know Manny won't be at the home opener next week, but excited to see you when you heal. Michael, how about a fins up? You already got that every day. Fins up. Kirk, good morning. Missed you guys there this weekend. Had a wedding. Who gets married during football season? No babies and no weddings, and nobody died during football season either. If you get a chance, try to go to Salem. Pretty cool place. See you there next week for the home opener. Yes. Who else do we got? Sandy, it's like
what time is it?
7:35.
Wow,
we're kind of still in the West Coast time.
Thanks for joining us.
So we're still trying to catch up with our sleep. Russ. Oh, jinx! I didn't jinx Sanders, but I'm just trying to give him all the good juju in the world to say, like, hey, who
Make
else?
your kicks.
Legendary, whether it makes sense. Jersey spoiled you. That's kind of why I stayed in the Mid-Atlantic. I know I'm very spoiled with Jersey with the weather. I do miss my 4 seasons, and we have looked ugly. No, you guys, some questionable games, but you're still 2-0 at the end of the day. So we are live in Boston. We arrived here on Friday, actually a day earlier than we anticipated. We anticipated this just being a 3-day, 2-night short trip. But with Hurricane Lee, we actually changed our flight the day before, which turned out to our advantage because we did look at our – it was like one of those things.
It's funny. Can I just interrupt really quick? We said we were not going to look at our flight. We said, look, regardless of what happens, we're going to make this move. I was hesitant.
He won't put this on social media. He'll only put it on our show.
I was hesitant. I said, no, I think we'll be all right.
No, you didn't say that.
I did say that.
No, you said a lot worse. Okay. You don't need to change our flight.
I had some backup plans, and Ashley finally said, listen, we need to move this flight up. It's the only right thing to do, and thank goodness she did because it ended up being canceled. And we said that we were not going to look, whatever. But sure enough, some people said, look, your flight wouldn't have taken off. So
how I described it to Lou was it's like you're in a relationship, you guys break up. 5 years later, you don't go look if your ex is married. Like, you just stay focused. But I was the one who went back, and I said yesterday when I woke up and I put our original flight in, and sure enough, it was canceled. So I sure do hope the Fins fans who are coming out here to get here safe, because it's game day. I know a lot of people did fly either a day earlier, they flew into Providence or other surrounding cities, but we are here.
Already flights yesterday were canceled. I don't know.
Some flights got in, but the majority of the early ones. So we've been here 2 days. We toured Fenway. Fenway, we could actually see out our window. I love Fenway. It's personally my number one favorite ballpark in the world, with number 2 being Dodgers, number 3 being Wrigley. Lou wasn't that okay. I told Lou, I said, Lou, like, you're gonna go into Fenway. It's gonna be the best thing ever. And they had heaven and earth. It didn't even crack his number 3. I was so disappointed with that.
It's a beautiful park. I can't give it the full experience until I actually see a game there. But I saw enough where it's definitely, what everybody says it is. It's the oldest park in baseball. It's absolutely beautiful. Like I said, I just like to see a game there. I want to see how game day operations are. I will say this, and I didn't like this at all. We went to a bar called the Bleacher Bar, and it's right at center field inside Fenway Park, which is amazing. Unfortunately, upon walking in, I saw a Buffalo Bill helmet. And then I go closer to the restroom, and there's a Buffalo Bill plaque, and then there's a Jim Kelly poster. Sure enough, it's a Buffalo Bills bar. I could not believe it.
In Fenway,
in Patriots country, you have a Buffalo Bill bar there, which was, I couldn't believe it. But and that bar as well also has a, like I said, a look-in into center field, so you could see the game inside.
Yeah.
And if you're in the men's bathroom only, not the women, sorry, girls out there is a window where you could actually be using the urinal and looking out.
In the men's bathroom, we don't have urinals.
And still seeing the game. I mean, it's the most incredible thing I've ever seen. So, pretty cool.
So, it's been great. Russ said the Colorado game. Oh, my gosh. Like, I was reading something online today. Like, this whole Colorado thing is out of control.
Did they win? I didn't know.
They did win.
They did win. Okay.
I mean, it's just, they had a Wayne coming out. Like, it's really, really.
I mean, Deion Sanders, if he wasn't high enough on himself before, I mean, now he's at an all-time level. I did see an interview.
I think it's kind of funny.
I saw an interview this morning where they asked him who's the best coach in college football. I mean, he's only been coaching like 3 years.
Yeah.
He's not even at a major program. Colorado's on its way back up, but they're not currently. And he said his answer to the question was, where's the closest mirror around here? I mean, he's on another level right now. And this is Deion Sanders we're talking about.
So, so back to Boston. We've been here this is actually day 3. I knew going into this game that, first of all, last week in LA, we're going to talk about that. There were thousands of Dolphins fans. I knew this one was going to be a little light with Dolphin fans. Just, obviously our home openers next week. A lot of people go to the home opener. So I didn't know too many people going. But yesterday, as we were walking, we have a good number of fans here. And a lot of fans don't stay in Boston when they come to Gillette. Gillette's a good 45 minutes south of here. So people do take the option to stay in like Providence and stuff. But there is a nice presence of Dolphin fans here. We've met some from Miami. We've met Wisconsin. So they are here as well.
Somebody from Indiana I saw yesterday.
Yeah.
There was another one.
There's a lot of FSU fans here.
From Tampa. Yeah,
FSU just played BC.
Right.
And they weren't sure if that game was going to happen.
Squeaked it out, too. FSU
barely
won by 2 points, actually. Yeah. So that was a close game. They were favored by 24 points, and they almost blew that game to the Eagles yesterday. So,
and then yesterday we explored, took Lou to Quincy Market. We did the Boston Harbor. Lou had a nice, authentic lobster roll. So it's his first time.
Lobster roll I've ever had in my life. I mean, the greatest lobster roll. They were very generous in filling up that roll. So it was just
$50 too.
Tremendous.
Let me,
worth it.
You know what's really funny? I'm going to tell you guys a story. We get to this. I don't eat seafood. I just do not eat seafood. So Lou finds this place he wants to go to. We Uber there, no problem. So I'm in line, and then Lou goes to the bathroom. He says he has to go number 1. So I'm like, all right, I'll hold your spot in line. By the time you get out, it'll be time for you to order. So I'm looking at the menu, and like it's next, and I'm like, call Lou, where you at? Time to order. He's like, babe, just order me a lobster roll. So I look at the price. Not that the price matters, but I look at the price, and it says MKT. So I know that means market price. So I'm thinking, all right, whatever. I'll treat the guy to a lobster roll. $10, $15, $50 for the lobster roll, right? And then he wanted the Sam Adams beer. So
I'm sorry, what kind of beer?
Sam Adams.
Well, I made it into something else.
Look, they're not going to see that, please. They're not going to see the back of your phone. There's too much glare. If you want to see the Lou's photos, which you guys see plenty of, go to his Facebook. So
Samuel Madison, baby.
Hello.
I brought little props here to change up the juju for the Dolphins.
So
Kirk appreciated.
Lou had his $50 lobster roll, and then last night we went to Cheers, but then we had an amazing dinner. Okay, I'm biased. I'm Italian. In the North End section of Boston. Lou's never been there. Lou's never been to Boston. He's been to Massachusetts. So I said, listen, there's like an Italian section. He was not prepared for it. It was packed. It was delicious. It was excellent. So we had a great night last night, walked the city, and here by 11, and we're excited to be here.
The dinner, I got to admit, Ashley obviously loves her Italian food. I'm happy to take her to her. I can eat a little bit myself, right? So, but it was an amazing Italian dinner. And then the whole north end is an Italian section with amazing restaurants, pastries all around.
We've been eating we didn't eat that much in California. We were just obviously on the go a lot.
But what's crazy is all these cannoli places and pastries, the Italian pastries.
Yeah.
There's a line around the corner. I mean, you're
packed.
going to wait in that line. Like if you're at Disneyland or Disney World,
you're
going to wait 45 minutes to an hour just to get a chance to order a couple of cannolis. I mean, it's I've never seen anything like it. It's crazy.
Lewis, is that vodka in the cup? It is clear.
It is not. It is.
He's drinking water. He's having his blood pressure pills and drinking water. It's early in the morning.
It's an 8:20 game tonight, baby. I gotta pace myself.
Gillette is miles away from civilization. Yes, and actually, ironic enough, like we were originally going to Uber down there, but we heard it's a nightmare, so we're just renting a car for a few hours just to get down there and back.
Yeah, and believe it or not, I know that sounds kind of crazy, but we've heard horror stories where, on the way back, since it's only like pretty much like 2 roads in and out,
like 5 hours.
It's going to be like incredible. So sometimes Ubers won't even be there to pick you up.
Yeah, so we
just didn't want to wait around in Foxborough for like 3 hours to get a ride back at 2 a.m. So we took matters into our own hands. A lot of people are renting a bus. Our goal is to be out here and scout this place out, get in everything we needed to know about it. We'll rent a bus next time.
We're just here to get the win right now.
Yeah, that's exactly. We're here to get
so legendary. I'll be watching this game home from Delaware with my son. I'll be disappointed if I don't hear the massive amount of Dolphin fans over the Pats fan. All right, no promise on that because, like I said, I'm pretty much in the know with a lot of this stuff, and I don't know so many fans. You'll hear me, but it won't be. It will not be as loud as it was last.
You'll hear me too. I got my voice back.
Sandy,
I lost my voice for
Sam Madison beer. Sandy, do not encourage him. We already had this. If you ate seafood, it'd be like cannibalism as a Dolphins fan. I mean, you don't see it, Aquaman or Neymar eating fish. Yeah, no. Lou does not care. He eats anything. I saw Lou Sam Madison beard is awesome. Do not encourage him.
Thank you, Kurt.
Dolphins are mammals. Thank you. Dolphins are mammals. Tell him. I wasn't gonna correct him. He's my buddy, but you tell him. So it is 8:25 Sunday night game. We're excited we're gonna go there early. We're gonna early scout out the land. And like I said, it is such a beautiful day out. It's gonna be like 60 something for kickoff. It's not gonna be cold. And we are going to MetLife in November, and I'm thinking like that's another 2 months. We are going to freeze at that game, but here nor there.
We will. I mean, it's cold out here today too. I mean, I'm out there in short sleeve shirts, and I'm one of the few people. I mean, everybody's
I'm wearing my old school Dolphins
They're bundled up. It gets down to the 60s, late 50s already in September.
Excited. So Patriots are 0-1. We spoke about that earlier. They lost their first game, their home opener. It was Tom Brady night against a close one against the Eagles. We are obviously want to know. We beat the Chargers last week in LA. So
let's recap that game. I mean, that's really.
Yeah. So we obviously went to LA last week. We had, when I tell you guys this, I mean, it's very like, I told you even before this, like there's gonna be a huge Dolphin presence. Like, but I was very underestimating that in the sense that when you got to SoFi, when you got to the tailgate, when you got into the stadium, it was packed Dolphin fans. I don't want to say it was like a home game because obviously the Chargers were still there. And
I'll say it was a home game. And the Dolphins said it. Look, Tua came out there and said,
Tyreek
"Hey, we heard our fans almost as much as the Chargers fans."
We showed up. No,
it was
amazing.
From the top to the bottom,
all
around,
all over. So we had section 126.
Great seats.
I bought a whole section, and then our buddy Justin bought a section. So the whole like 9 sections by us was filled with Dolphin fans. It was such a beautiful thing from all over too. We had my buddy Desi who sat next to us from Massachusetts, Darnell.
She was rooting for us.
Then I had my buddy Diego from Fort Lauderdale. It was so Sandy was with us. Biggie was with. There was just Mark and there's so many of us. So it was truly a SoFi takeover. And shout out to the Chargers fans, very respectful. I mean, they have a great tailgate, a fantastic tailgate, so much fun. They have the mariachi singers, and we really, really, really had a great time at SoFi.
It's a famed tailgate. It's called Thunder Alley, where they do their major super fans out there, and man, some great food. People were welcoming. They did have some, messed up messages to Dolphin fans. They hung up a dolphin on a fishing rod.
They do that a lot, though.
They
did
all
that
in good
in
fun.
Chicago.
They do that everywhere. Buffalo actually started that. But no, look, it's all in good fun. They couldn't have been nicer. And everybody after the game as well. After we had won the game,
it was a good
time. Were saying, "Hey, good game, guys." So everybody was cool.
Yeah, it was a good time.
I think that's not going to happen tonight. I think people are going to be a little bit on edge, but we'll see.
Sandy, I'm changing my battle next time. Order one. I love it. You're creating. Do not encourage him, please. Legit. I read that as fish are fried, and I agree. LA was fun. No, LA was amazing. When we left yesterday at the airport, there were tons of Dolphin fans getting off the plane. Now it'll be and there's a lot of Dolphin fans who live obviously in the Northeast who don't always get to make it down to Miami. So this is like their essential home game for them. So no, it won't be late. We'll definitely be there. But the Patriots are wearing their old school jerseys.
Yeah.
So we'll get to that. And I keep bouncing everywhere.
It was 70,000 fans over at SoFi,
including AIs as well.
Yes,
there was 70,000 real people and then AIs
promoting a movie, so they had some robots in stands.
Recreation or something like that.
It looked kind of weird, but look, 70,000 fans. The stadium,
and 10 AIs.
Some good things and some bad things to the stadium, but overall, just an impressive piece of architecture, right? Like a huge, looks like a spaceship, something from Star Wars, and it's pretty impressive.
I loved it.
The Dolphins started the game. Obviously there's a lot of hype, but the very first play of the game, which ended up not counting because there was a defensive penalty, was a fumble. And then on that first drive, when we're going all the way down to their end zone and we're on their goal line, and we fumble that ball and give it over to them. So the first play officially of the Dolphins season didn't go well, and the first drive didn't end well. But look, at the end of the day, we got the win. Tua was absolutely marvelous. He just picked apart the Chargers, for 466 yards, 3 touchdowns. Yeah. He did have the 1 interception, but he threw some other balls away that maybe he shouldn't have followed up with. He was awesome. Tyreek was awesome. Just
want to see more from our defense. Definitely. Obviously, we have the Wizard, Vic Fangio, so just want him to really start putting that pieces together. I mean, you're working with a great bunch of guys. Jalen Phillips, Xavier Howard. I mean, you got a lot of talent back there. So let's just put it all together and let's see what we have. Back to the chat. The movie's called The Creator. Yeah, no, they were the AIs there. It was crazy. Kirk, we really need to win tonight to set off one hell of a home opener tailgate season. Yeah, I would love to go into our home opener next week, 2-0 against Denver season. Sandy, do you know what color the Finns are wearing tonight? I don't.
So I know the Patriots are wearing the red. I would imagine we're going to either be white over white or white over aqua. We can't wear an aqua.
I would love for us to wear our old school jerseys today.
No, but that's not happening.
I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah. We're only going to wear those twice against the Patriots back in Miami, and we'll be wearing them on Christmas Eve versus the Cowboys. So those are the only 2 games we're wearing.
Lisa and Charles, our friends from SoCal as well. Hello. Love seeing you guys last week. Something to consider. I like this. The Miami Dolphins are similar to the Cowboys in terms of the fan presence. Miami is a national team. We are everywhere. And I didn't believe that until the last few seasons that we've actually been traveling a lot. We have met fans. I mean, you name every corner of the world, Hawaii, this and that. We always were a national team, but now with the presence of social media and traveling and more going away games are more common than not. We're really starting to see that Dolphin fans are everywhere. And I made a post the other day, tell me your why of becoming a Dolphin fan. And I mean, everything from their pops, their grandmother, the color, the Ace Ventura. So, I mean, we are truly a team that's like, other teams, a team that doesn't have that are the Texans, the Lions. But teams like the Cowboys and the Dolphins truly have that presence. And it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. I would say the Lions kind of do.
Oh, we have an update. Teal bottoms, white tops.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Yeah.
I hope we can stop the run.
Yes. And we're going to get into that as well. Or you could get into it now. The defense just, gave up way too 233 total yards to the Chargers. That's not good. Yeah. We did neutralize Herbert, right? Herbert didn't, throw for a lot. He only threw for 220 something yards. So, that's a good thing. We stopped Herbert. That was obviously a big talk going in. Tua versus Herbert. Anytime they two get those two get together, it's always going to be like, hey, who's the better quarterback? Who should the Dolphins have gotten? But we really stopped Herbert and didn't allow him to beat us, especially at the last drive of the game, where we sacked him twice to put that game away and put it on ice. So, defense. They gave up too much rushing yards, but they also took away Herbert on offense.
No, I didn't think we came out with the win. I mean, Sanders missed that one extra point where I'm just like, ugh.
Man, that could have been ugly if they would have come back and kicked the field goal to win it by 1 point because of that, missed extra point. But thank goodness it didn't come down to that. Jalen Phillips with a big sack at the end. Cater Kohu had a big.
You said that's so cute.
Cater Kohu. He had a big sack as well, and so the defense. Javon Holland was huge. Deshaun Elliott played a big game. He had 13 tackles, I think. So defense overall stepped up when it needed to, and that's what we're going to need to do tonight as well. Because as much as I despise them, I don't think this is going to be an easy game to win.
Speaking of run, I hope Coach McDaniels runs the ball down Belichick's throat. They're pretty good against the pass.
Absolutely.
Yeah, my favorite guy, I've shared this with you a few times. I love Raheem Mostert. Give the guy the ball. The guy can run. If Tua's missing some passes here and there, Mostert's going to get those 10 yards. So, heck, yes, trust Mostert. Psh, go.
Let's wrap it up with saying,
you guys flipping the lobster bill against are you guys flipping that lobster bill again with Desi and Darnell?
I think we are. We're gonna end up meeting up with them prior to the game.
Yes.
So.
Oh my God, they're doing a story on the bar in Green Bay with the bar tabs on Monday night.
I've heard that story.
Yeah,
that's a good story. I like. Man, I wish we could see that. We'll see it a little later.
Did he miss it? Watch the tape.
Oh, okay. I'll have to get back to it.
Sadie, we were too busy jumping around each other and everything.
We were honestly.
I can tell you like 7 plays at that game. We had the best time. It was a great time.
I want to talk about one particular play that was awesome and happened right in front of us. Tyreek Hill scores a touchdown. He scored it on the right side of us.
Yeah.
In the back of the end zone. Perfect pass.
We were corner end zone seats, like 10 yards.
You cannot get a more perfect pass than Tua completed to Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill gets the ball, and there weren't we had a big section. Like our whole section was
and the one next to us
Dolphins.
And the other one.
I think Tyreek, as he caught that ball, saw that, made a beeline towards our section and just throws the ball in the air. So this, I want to say his father, it could have been the uncle. And we've been trying to find out who this guy is. We'd love to have him on the show. We'd love to speak to him more about it because we did during the game or after the game. This guy caught the ball and then hands it over to his son or his nephew or whatever it was. But that was really cool. I mean, Tyreek threw him, and we saw it was only about 10 seats from us.
Yeah.
So he threw the ball. Tyreek threw the ball. Yeah. He caught it. A lot of people jumped to try to catch it. This gentleman happened to catch it. Gave it to his to the boy.
Kid next to him. We don't know what it is.
All right.
People think you're my dad. I mean, just let it be. It's fine. Let it be. Anyways, Douglas in the house. Don't have to worry about Mac Jones running. Well, we sure hope that is the case, and that we go into these games very, But Mac is not a runner.
Yeah.
Not a runner, not a track star. Okay. So we'll see.
All right. So let's end it with. I know we're going to try to do this new segment. We're going to call it fins up, fins down. I'm going to do the
negative
side of it.
Oh, football.
No. So fins up for me was Tua. I mean, in a game where he's going up against Herbert, I thought Tua showed out. He did amazing. So fins up for me is definitely Tua. Fins down was the defensive running. Lack of it. We could not stop the run game, and that's something we got to clean up tonight. So those are my two. What do you got?
So I'll do mine based on more of the stadium and LA and all that. My fins up was the atmosphere, right? Yes, again, our Dolphin fans showed up. Our SoCal, our NorCal fan clubs, they are the most amazing people known to everything. I love them dearly. We had 2 great parties on Saturday. We had a fun tailgate Sunday. The weather was perfect. It was amazing. SoFi Stadium, it's a wackadoodle place, but it's a really cool place. And inside, it was comfortable and we had a good time. My fins down, parking was $200 for general parking.
Don't remind me.
Granted, we could have Ubered, but the Uber ride would have been expensive as well and waiting for an Uber. So my fins down was your $200 parking was ridiculous, which we ended up paying because we had to. That was crazy. And also fins up was to the Chargers fans. I have a few buddies out there. Great time, very welcoming. So we do appreciate you being very welcome because we know it's not going to be like that tonight. So it was just a really good time. It was just fun. It felt like a home game, and I enjoyed it as well. Our friends from Mexico were there. Everywhere I lost it. I can continue. Every state I could probably name. Colorado. But we really, really had a great, great time. And if we didn't end up getting the win, my tune would probably be a little different, but it was still a great time. So,
all right, perfect. Before we wrap it up and do the preview tonight, I'm going to, back by popular demand, and bringing back.
There's no demand, though.
Well, in my mind, there's a demand, and
go ahead and toot his horn, Kurt and Sandy. Go ahead, toot his horn.
I am a history buff. That's why I'm loving this city right now. So much history here. But I'm going to. At my request and your acceptance of it.
And Sandy and Kirk are probably going to say, yes, go, Lou, go.
I'm bringing back, and I'll power through this. I'm going to bring back my flashback to 1973 segment because Hey, the Dolphins won the Super Bowl this year too. So we did it last year. I know they were undefeated, but a lot of people say that the 73 team was actually better than the 72 team, including Larry Zonka. So I'm going to power through this. Week 1, 50 years ago, this week actually.
Sandy demands a comeback, so go ahead.
I love it. So week 1, exactly 50 years ago yesterday, I'm talking about September 16th, 1973, the home opener, season opener for
Lou.
Thank you, Kirk. Look
Okay.
at that. See?
All right. Okay.
There's a
guys.
demand.
I'll sit back
The people
here.
have spoken.
All right, go ahead. I'll sit here.
I'll power through this so we can get over
We have to go to Gillette.
Yes, we got to get to Gillette Stadium. So week 1, last 50 years ago, during the 73 season.
Yep.
This game was played Sunday at the Orange Bowl at 1 p.m. Game time temperature?
82 degrees.
You nailed it. You must have seen my notes.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was.
I'm watching your notes right now.
82 degrees at the Orange Bowl. They were playing the San Francisco 49ers. The Dolphins were favored by 7.5 points.
70.
That's a lot. They should have been favored by 70. They were favored by 7.5 points. Of course, the Dolphins are coming off the undefeated season, 17-0. The previous season, world champions, the first one ever. So they're facing the 49ers. They were favored by 7.5. The 49ers had a 10-6 lead at the half. They increased that lead to 13-6 heading into the fourth quarter. But fear not, the Dolphins came back in this one just like they did all last season. They scored a touchdown from Bob Greasy to Paul Warfield, 2 field goals from Gary O'Premian, and a safety from the cornerback Curtis Johnson. 15 points unanswered in the fourth quarter. The Dolphins win game 1 of the season, 21-13, to start off 1-0 against the 49ers. And they're on their way, right? That's 18 in a row now, which is a record.
Yeah.
Obviously, 17 had never been done. That's actually since been broken by some team that happens to play in his area who started off 19-0.
Yeah, but the Giants took care of that.
I guess it just tipped my hand as to what happened last week. Ugh, I don't want to even talk about it, but whatever. But yeah, the Dolphins came back down 13-6 in the fourth quarter. They scored 15 unanswered points. They win week 1, 21-13 against the San Francisco 49ers. Bonus fact for you, and maybe in the room, I'll ask it to the room. Can anybody tell me who the starting quarterback of the 49ers was in that week 1 matchup?
What year? Give them what year. And
1973.
1973, starting quarterback.
This guy's a Heisman Trophy winner and is a big guy in the state of Florida. Who was the starting quarterback for the 49ers in that week 1 game?
My brother Derek in the chat. Loved seeing you last week at the party in Hermosa Beach.
It was awesome.
It's even early for you there. Well, it's 8 o'clock now, so it's not too early. Okay. Wasn't alive yet. I wasn't alive either.
I was not either, but
Russ Taylor. Wait. Okay. We have 2. We have 2 guesses.
Curtis Johnson was with a safety, so he's right. Good job on that.
Curtis Johnson. Douglas said that. Russ
got it.
He always gets it.
Russ Taylor said it. It's Steve Spurrier. Michael
got it too.
Michael's got it too. Steve Spurrier, of course, he's most known for being the head coach of the Florida Gators for so many years, winning a championship with that team. And he also was a Heisman Trophy winner at Gainesville. So Steve Spurrier was the starting quarterback for the 49ers for that week 1 game.
Derek, I know nothing about other teams. You know that I'm like that too. Like Dolphins. I know like little facts here and there. Derek's story about how he became a Dolphins fan. We learned that from him last week. Was very interesting. Derek is born and raised in California, and he said he wasn't like a gangster, so he didn't want to choose like a Raiders or like where the gangsters was. So he chose a nice, friendly team like the Dolphins. I thought that was such a beautiful story that he shared with us.
Very cool.
Gold star. Yep, they get the gold star. Russ and Michael. So Derek, are there other teams? No. Well, Derek is also a big USC fan. So we were actually at the USC Stanford game last week, and Derek's also a big USC fan. We had an interesting time at the Coliseum.
Yeah, I mean, speaking about the 1972 and 73 team, it was very important. Actually, we've been so busy here, I haven't had a chance to post it, but we did something.
Oh, you haven't posted? Guys, let's just take a moment and laugh about that. Please. Lou said he has not had a chance to post. If you guys are on Lou's Facebook, you're getting the joke.
I got to go back to the archives here. It feels like so long ago, but we actually were able to secure a scoreboard message in the Coliseum.
You haven't posted that yet?
No, I haven't done that yet.
You posted every...
I haven't had a chance. We did a really cool thing, and it was awesome being in that building. We also took a tour the Monday after the game. And there's actually signage, which I'll get around to posting at some point. There's signage, a couple of signs that commemorate the Dolphins' Super Bowl VII victory in the Coliseum.
So that's going to be your excuse for forgetting to post about my birthday coming up because you're going to be too busy posting about.
Exactly.
No worries. But yeah, so I mean, I could talk about California all day. We went to Disneyland. We went to Dodger Stadium. We hung out with some of our amazing friends. We did Santa Monica. We did Hollywood. I mean, there's so much. I love California. And I rarely say that because I'm such a Jersey, Florida girl, right? There's like not many places. I can't do New Orleans. I can't do Ohio. Places that we've gone to. Lou's leaving. Goodbye.
No.
My wish does not come true. No. But no, I really enjoyed our time in California, and I'm excited to go back next year when we play the Rams. So yeah, tonight we do play against the Patriots at Gillette. Weather is going to, what are you getting taps for, Lou? Oh my gosh, guys, pray for me.
Go ahead, you were saying?
I don't know. I was just talking about Gillette. I was giving a nice weather statement. The storm has passed. Hurricane Lee really took an eastward turn, I guess. So we had hit yesterday morning, but everything is great. It's truly gonna be great football weather tonight. I'm gonna bring my old school Dolphins jacket with my little typical outfit, but it's gonna be good. We have lower level seats, 126, so we're on Dolphins side in the corner. We usually sit there. I mean, that's like the most affordable lower level seats that we can get, so that's our typical go around.
Yep.
And we're excited to
getting back to the room here, Russ. The Trojan fight song, man. Everything the USC Trojans do before the game. I mean, the history of that team, all the Heisman Trophy winners, including OJ, the national championships, everything that they've done. It's a really cool setup. And then Miami George, I think, says if we saw the construction of the new Clippers, I won't even call it an arena. I'll call it a stadium. I mean, it is going to be this arena. I mean, Steve Ballmer, the owner of the Clippers, has so much money. He didn't even care. I think he's putting all his money into it. This guy's just like rich up the kazoo. And he is building some kind of again, I won't call it an arena. It's a stadium. It's like monstrous. They have so many stadiums, by the way, in LA too.
Yeah.
In that same block, you got the new SoFi. You got this new Clipper Stadium going on. And then, of course, you have the Great Western Forum, which is one of the most iconic arenas ever, with all the Lakers championships and Showtime that took place. Pat Riley coached, I think, 4 championships there. So there's like stadiums. There's an unlimited amount of stadiums in LA, as much as you can count on.
Russ with inappropriate jokes like always. Just waiting for you guys to visit Philly. We're probably not going to be doing that trip this year, but maybe we will see you in spring for the Phillies versus Marlins. But not looking like we're going to be there this year. Russ, we will have plenty of Dolphin fans there. So Legendary will be there probably with his son. He lives in Delaware. Easy trip for him.
Awesome.
Y'all are coming back? Yeah, we are. You think you're just going to see me once and done?
It's already it's on the schedule. The Dolphins are playing at the Rams next year. So whenever that game is, we're going 100%.
I hope it's September because I really like the weather in September there.
And see another Dodger game. And see our friends.
The Forum will always be LA's heart.
The Forum is a classic legendary building. Just the name alone, it's one of the first names, I guess, to be sponsored. But being that it's out west, and it was called with the bank, the Great Western Forum. The Forum Club had some of the greatest parties ever inside of a sporting venue or any venue for that matter. A lot of great moments there.
So putting LA to sleep. Focus on tonight, 8:25 kickoff.
Let's do it.
2 names that have been circulating. Obviously, we know that Teron Armstead, our wonderful left tackle, and I say that very humbly. I love Teron Armstead. Did not play, unfortunately, last week, but we were able to hold enough pressure for Tua to get off the ball. Obviously, he had a great game. But Teron is likely to play tonight, which I am excited to give Tua a little more extra protection over there on his left side, his throwing arm. Also, Jalen Phillips was another one, like kind of chatting. Maybe he will not play. He's going to play tonight, right? Like it's even if you look at that list, Xavier Howard's there, Waddle's there. We're all playing, right? Like everybody will be playing. So we're going to put our best foot forward and have a good game.
Yeah, and then so look, Teron Armstead playing is huge because the Patriots defense, if you want to say something good about the Patriots and what they're good at, their defense right now, right? Their defense unit is a good unit. They held the Eagles in check pretty much last week, and they're a team that can put some pressure on the quarterback. So you need Armstead out there. You need to make sure that they're a better unit than the Chargers. So we need to make sure that Tua is protected because he's going to be up for it tonight for sure.
We're losing everybody. We got lineups to set. They got to go.
Oh, that's right, fantasy.
Yeah, we got fantasy coming up.
That's
Vince
right.
Sigo 3. Derek, you're definitely sitting with us next year. That's without a doubt. And then Jalen's gonna play 100%. Exactly. No, that's why like speculations went out that like he may not play. I didn't even it's all clickbait. Like Jalen's playing tonight. Obviously Ramsey's not playing. Right? We know like who's gonna play. Like Teron's playing, but it's gonna be a good.
And on the flip side, the Patriots are missing a bunch of their offensive linemen. So that bodes well for our defense.
Guess who's not playing for the Patriots tonight? No surprise. Devontae Parker.
Shocker.
How about that?
Is he listed out officially, or
he's questionable?
Yeah.
That dude played how many games with us? But I will tell you who's playing tonight for the Patriots that I do not like. Gasecki. I know, man, you didn't fit the offense and stuff, but you are my dude. You're my Jersey guy. Such a nice guy. We met your friends, parents, this and that. Like, come back. We have no room for you.
Yeah.
But it's not nice to see him wearing Patriot colors. But he's respected. Did he have issues with Tua last year?
Not really.
It was more.
He wanted to be more involved in the offense. He wanted to be more involved, and unfortunately, our system doesn't really call for that. So it didn't.
Look, people got to go. We got to go. They're sending lineups. We're losing people like fishes, guys. Anyways, tonight.
Well, let's give our predictions, but I do want to say that look, my game plan for tonight, or what I think the Dolphins need to focus on here, is stopping.
Stopping Mac Jones.
No, stopping Mac Jones. Mac Jones did a good job last week, but they were not able to run the ball. They only amassed 77 rushing yards against the Eagles. So that's where we got to focus on. We gave up 233 yards against the Chargers. If we shut down their run, like the Eagles did against them last week, and we can, hold Mac Jones down, they're missing a bunch of offensive linemen or they're banged up. We got to get to Mac Jones.
Sandy's prediction, 34-10. I know she's saying Dolphins 34, New England 10. That's really hefty, Sandy.
That's a big score.
That's a big gap right there. Parker has been hurt for 5 years. Yeah. That's it.
Parker should have changed the name on the back of his jersey to questionable, because he just every week was like, oh, I can't. It's true. He never played. He never suited up. So
I know. That's unfortunate. Yeah. All right. So Sandy says 34-10. My keys to the game are another stellar performance by Tua. Do what you did last week. That would be fantastic. Offensive line. Let's even be stronger to allow Tua to do what he needs to do with Tron being added. Defense, step up. Really, really crush Mac Jones as best as possible. Sanders, do not miss any extra points. I will go crazy. I will do backflip in a bad way. I cannot stand that. Mostert, hand it off to Mostert. I love Mostert, man. He really tugs on my heart. I really, really like the guy.
Yep.
And I think the biggest key going into this game is not going into this game with our heads big. You can't think, like, on paper, yes, the Patriots are probably the worst team in the AFC East, but at the end of the day, this is still the AFC East. This is a very, very, very tough division, just like the NFC East. Well, I don't know if I can really say that anymore, how the Giants played last week, but the AFC East is very, very tough. It's not the best division. So we can't go into this game thinking, okay, it's the Patriots. They no longer have Brady, blah, 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 blah. This is still a division game, still a must-win game, and we have to go into that thinking, like, this is like a Week 16 game, making it yes or no into the playoffs. So that's the keys to the game for me.
Okay.
More predictions.
Yep.
Fins. Oh my gosh, you guys are so. Woo! 24. Calvin. 24-3. Fins. Our defense will be on fire. I really think so too, Sandy. I think that the first game jitters with Vic Fangio trying to figure it out. I think they wrinkled out all those crinks that they had. So I do think the defense is going to wake up. I'm more with Kirk with this game, right? 23-17. I'm more along the lines of that, because I do think that. I don't think the Eagles played terribly last week. They could have played better, but I don't think the Patriots are as bad as we think they are. So I'm more of the lines of like a touchdown or two difference as well. Sandy swore Sanders didn't miss that kick.
Okay, so we got to see it.
We have to see it. We haven't been home. I had no groceries in the house.
Yeah, we literally got home.
We're wearing the same underwear he's been in LA.
We were home for a day and a half, did laundry. I went to work for a day. And
we had to change our flight. So
a lot going on. But we will watch it, and we're going to take it back. And Sanders didn't miss it, according to Sanders.
Douglas says 31-17. Yeah, I mean, I'm also maybe like a 20-31. I don't think it's gonna be a huge difference. Sandy cannot take a close game. I can't either. I want this.
So what's your score prediction? What do you say?
I'm more the lines of like I'm with Kirk and I'm with Douglas here.
But give me a score. Give me an actual score.
I like the number. I like 27-17 Dolphins.
Wow, that's what I was going to say.
Stop!
I swear.
Stop!
So
Stop!
I'm gonna say,
Give me
look,
the chills.
I think this is going to be a close game. I really
Did
do.
you write that down or something?
No, but that was going to be my score. I'm not going to change it now just because you said
People
it.
are going to think we're compatible.
No, all right, enough of that. Anyways, look, I'm going to say the same thing that I said last week. I said last week, unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. But I said that it was going to be a close game, and the Dolphins' defense will get a late turnover to win the game by 10 or 13 points. I think I said it was going to be by 13, but this week
that was wrong.
This week I say the same thing. I think it's going to be a 3-point game, and I think Mac Jones is going to turn the ball over, and the Dolphins are going to get a defensive touchdown or a defensive stop that results in a touchdown.
Yeah.
And I have that same score. I have a 27-17 win by the Miami Dolphins tonight, but I think it's going to be a very tough and close game.
Are we starting to get ESP where like our periods are going to start lining up the same week and stuff? ESP, it's like no, they say this about twins that like twins that they spend so much time together that like their periods line up together.
I am not menstruating. I want to go on the record right now saying that I do not have a menstrual cycle.
Okay, but I'm just saying that like we're like we're very agreeable with this kind of stuff, and usually we're very very off with this kind of stuff. So anyways, guys, we have to go get the car to go to Gillette because Gillette is all the way far. So we're gonna go get a car, and we're gonna get to Gillette early. I mean, it's our first time going to Gillette, so we love stadiums, we love arenas, we love ballparks. So just to take in the beauty of good football. Look, a lot of history happened at that stadium. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's
none of it good, but
appreciable football.
I'm gonna go up there and try to tamper with the banners if I could, or maybe put a little asterisk by it. I don't know. Stay tuned. I never know what I have in store here. But I know, look,
people have to go. I
want to say bye to everyone. I want to say everybody have a great Sunday fun day. Enjoy the early games. That's what we're gonna do as well. We're going to go out there and watch the 1 o'clock and the 4 o'clock games. And then at 8:25 tonight, there's only one game on TV, only one game on the schedule. We are on prime time tonight, live from Foxborough, Gillette Stadium, Dolphins and the Patriots. The Patriots are wearing those. Believe it or not, I actually like those uniforms. I actually prefer the old logo. If I could, take away my haterade from them for a moment, I like their old jerseys better. And also, as a Dolphin fan and Dolphin fans in the room, we destroyed the Patriots when they used to wear those old jerseys. So I'm looking forward to that as well. Kind of rekindling and the nostalgic feel of beating them in those jerseys. So I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. Enjoy the games.
I'm a lover.
Go Dolphins,
Lou
baby.
Loves problems with that. I'm going in there humble, sweet, this and that. He'll probably get into trouble. So, guys, I will not be bailing him out.
I'm not getting into any trouble. I don't need bail money. I'm going to be cool with everybody. I have respect for them. They had the greatest quarterback in the history of the NFL. I won't say his name.
Adam Vinatieri is my favorite kicker of life.
So I got respect. But
Gronkowski, did he ever play football? Because all I know that man is being a very fine-looking man.
Okay. We are here to get a W, and that's what we are going to do. 27-17, Dolphins win. Go Fans! Go Fans!
I almost said a bad word online.
Take care, guys.